using deep brown or darkening patina on copper. These two plates here are copper, and we've cleaned them with IMS cleaner, and we're using a gray Scotch-Brite to abrade the surface. The surface was first sandblasted, so we have a nice tooth to the metal. The more tooth you have, the more dense the patina is going to be and the faster it's going to work. We're now washing off the IMS cleaner. We're putting these side by side so you can see the difference as we go along and why you would use one as opposed to the other. So we've cleaned them now, and we're going to spray on the patina. We're going to do the deep brown on the left side and the darkening on the right. Generally they take anywhere from 3 to 15 minutes to darken. Again, the surface preparation, the amount of tooth it has determines how fast it goes. The shinier the metal, the slower the patina works. The more tooth the metal has, the faster it'll work. You can see these are working fairly rapidly. And then the next thing would be, why would you use one as opposed to the other? So now we're pretty much done putting on the patina. Again, if this was a vertical surface, you would be putting in very little on, as opposed to being a horizontal surface where you can spray a lot more patina on, so it's going to work more quickly. And if you have little spots that don't work, you just put a little more patina on it. So now we have got the patina on there, and if you want, you can push the patina into the metal by burnishing it. I do it sometimes with steel wool, sometimes I do it with a gray Scotch-Brite. Steel wool is a little bit finer, so it doesn't abrade the surface too much. The only problem there is you have to make sure that you get that steel files that come off of the steel wool off. So you have to do a really good job of washing. And here we're washing in just regular water. You will see a little bit of a film coming off. Most of your darkening patinas, doesn't matter which one it is, because of the acids that are in it, tend to have a slight film over it, so when you wash it, it's going to be lighter than it was when you first put it on. Okay, we're blotting them, or taking off the water and letting them dry for a few minutes. What I've done here is I've decided that I want to make it a little bit darker, so I'm putting the patina on a second time. Generally, to get a nice dark brown, if that's what it is, or a black, you probably are going to have to put it on 2 to 3 times to really get a dense dark patina. It doesn't usually happen just from one application. You can see here that it's gotten a lot darker. So the more times you put it on, the darker it's going to get. Okay, here we're rinsing it for the second time. You can see that it's darker than it was from the first. And both of them are somewhat similar, but they won't be when we go and burnish them. We're going to burnish one side to show you the difference. So we've pat dry it, and now we're going to burnish back the left-hand side of each one with 4/0 steel wool. And you'll notice the reason I'm using steel wool as opposed to a Scotch-Brite is it's a softer abrasion, so it leaves a much nicer surface. And you'll see as soon as I get done here the difference in the color. Okay, so now we're finished with them, and you can see the difference as we pull back. You can see that the one on the right is a darker brown, and the one on the left side is a much softer brown. The seal coat shouldn't be put on before an hour after you've finished doing your patina. You want to let it degas. You want all the acids and the water to come out of the surface.